So let's do our faction stuff. Okay, we got stuff to sell. So we're sitting on 4 days of supplies. Definitely going to sell the odds and ends. So we're going to watch marble price and see if it drops significantly as we sell. No change. I think it just changed slightly right there. So we had that slight depression in the price. Okay, so let's see. Crew, passengers, none. So we have no passengers. We turned in our faction stuff. We're now back at a location with a high-level faction presence. So if we go here in rewards, we should still be at can't do anything. Yeah, because these are much higher level. But I believe we now can qualify for tier 1. So factions, yeah, tier 1. We've made it to the first tier. So we had a bit of a problem when we went to Lumen because they had some missions, but they were all tier 1 and we didn't qualify for them. So now we could make possibly a profitable run to Lumen again and get it back into the caravan route. So 109 to the next level. Access to faction trade offers, good quality tools equipment perk or reward is available. Information on market prices between faction 1 locations. Ooh. We could see the market prices remotely. Dowsing rod equipment, partial road tax exemption. We haven't hit a road tax. We've been very little road travel so far, so we haven't had a road tax. Settlement gate tax exemption in the Empire. Faction trade offers 2. And then information. Mining equipment. Further settlement taxes. Trade offers 2. And market faction locations 2. Alright. And how are we doing on the other ones? So we're at 13 and 3. I haven't been watching things going up and down. We're at -8 on the Carpenters Guild and -21 for Unknown Faction. We're up to 64 on the Loaders Guild. So we're getting close on the Loaders Guild, one of the large criminal organizations of the Imperial Underworld. So yeah, trade houses, criminal organizations, churches, and I think this is the Dragonland stuff. And still don't have new insight. Okay, so now we're back to figuring out where we're going to go. I did want to, I think before we figure anything out, let's go do the city exploration stuff that I mentioned. We haven't done any of that yet, really. Make a save just in case, and let's go do some exploring. So we did a quick trip into the Civic District. Let's do Market District. Oh, Market is where we went to talk to Braxius. Calrish, listen to rumors. Civic. Gardens of La Vienna. Arena Maximus, the inn, the library, the infirmary we went to buy some medicine. Let's get some more medicine. We got a little bit of cash on hand. Let's buy another 10 stack of medicine. All right. I think that's it for now. I'm not going to deal with the rest of this stuff. Let's go to the library. What do you do in the library? Sign is attached, temporarily closed. Okay. You don't do anything at the library currently. Bestiaris Arena. Maybe things can happen at the inn. What's going on there? Several passengers are looking for a comitatus. Talk to the down on his luck fellow sitting in one of the corners. Purchase quality booze for your crew. This will consume all your movement points. Available daily. I assume that raises morale or something. Well, let's talk to the down-to-earth fella. He was a Kernak when you pass through. Hailing him, you see in his haunted expression, you ask the fellow what the matter is. They died, all of them, huh? Have you heard of the Hollow Crags? Apparently they all died there. Okay, so a little warning about the Hollow Crags. Take them to Arkan. 5 Leerg now and 1 Bros when they get there. That's pretty good. 1.5. Assuming we go back to Arkan. Works for House Venari. So we'll probably get some House Venari faction bonus too. Do we go back to Arkan though? I'm a little worried that we've got too big a Comitatus. It's actually, I'll have to go look at the faction options, but it's kind of hard for me to fill all those slots at the moment. And it's the consumption is pretty intense. And I don't think getting more scouts is going to help me that much. I need to figure out what other bonuses I can find to improve the hunting. I need to spend my insight points that we gain to get my companions leveled up so I can... Or, no, I need to get my authority leveled up so I can get my companions slotted into jobs. So I won't be able to do much with them for a while. And I don't know what to look for equipment-wise that might help where I need to go to get maybe certain specialized items. So we need to do some traveling. I need to go to some other places. I just want to build up a bit of cash surplus before I experiment and do that kind of thing. So we could do another Arkan back and forth just to cement that in. I think we're probably getting close to starting to saturate the market on the marble and mushroom trades. So, do we do another Arkan run, or are we going to try to do the south, grab the glow items, then way up to Devon? For that kind of run, I'd like to, for the distance, I'd like to stay, I think, on the road. And, at least for the first trip up, lighten the Comitatus, thin it out a bit, and then do a speed run up there on the road. So... I don't think we'd have time to take these guys on. They don't mention how long. So that's information that I would love to have that they're not giving me. Because I need to make a decision. Would we have time to go down south, grab the glow stuff, and then come back again, and then head north? I think what I'll do is we'll do investigations here in the city, and then I think we'll do one more Arkan run, just to build up our coffer. Maybe do north to Arkan, west to Lumen, and then back down again now that we can get missions in Lumen. Yeah, let's do one more of those, and then we'll save the northern trip for another one. So we'll go ahead and say yes to these guys. Okay. Yeah, let's purchase some quality booze. 2 insight awarded for gaining 10 new codex entries. So getting codex updates is giving me insight. Awesome. We got the Hollow Crags codex from talking to that guy. Westernmost part of Hargad Tool. Mostly the same as the great grassy yet bleak plains, except for the eponymous crags and ravines that create a labyrinthine web that is especially cumbersome to navigate. The gray field is covered in sparse vegetation, mostly thorny bushes and pale grass. The dreaded and xenophobic hollow eyes are very territorial. All right. So we got quality booze. Cruise beside itself with joy when you arrive with the bottles of quality booze. The rest of the day is spent drinking and fraternizing. Grudges worked out. Crew's friendships born. They might be a little tired in the morning, but their spirits are higher. All right. Use the movement. Gain morale. Lost vigor. No problem. All right, let's leave this district. So, I haven't tried the Temple District. Grand Mortuary. The Cathedral of Surgarod. Authorities. What do you do with authorities? Pay fines for crimes you've committed. Go to the bounty office. We're not focusing on bounty hunting and combat stuff in this first run. So we're not going to do that. Purchase a license that allows for a larger armed force. Oh yeah, I remember reading something about that. You can only have so many warrior types in your comitatus when you get to a certain point. It's like 50 or 60, I think, or maybe 30. I forget what the first benchmark is. But they refuse to let you in unless you come purchase a license that allows for a larger armed force. Hey, there's the permanent outpost thing. What's that say? Acquiring a license to establish an outpost is no small feat. One needs thousands of brass and proof that they have the capability to turn that venture into a successful one. Establishing an outpost requires an imperial permit. Those are not easy to come by now, what with all that's going on in the wider world. A sponsor to back your cause would certainly help, as authorities might find it easier to believe that your endeavor will not just bring more headaches. And there's administrative fees. All right. So probably by sponsor, they mean one of the factions, I'm going to assume. And then a lot of money and a permit, an imperial permit. So things we'll figure out later, I'm sure. Put us all the way back out. All right, we've got Explore and the Undercity, the Dark Underbelly. Let's try the Explore option first. Go for a stroll. Forever in the twilight of the gigantic cavern and lit sparingly by huge iron lamps, Torzag's shelter is a bustling city of many opportunities and perils. One can find all sorts of interesting things if one looks. Save. Not today. Save. Explore the city. Go for a stroll. A group of hopeful prospectors seeks you out in an inn where you're drinking with some other Vagri. They heard you were setting out soon and would join you if you took them to Crystal, where they hope to find work. I'm not going to Crystal. Alright, so apparently that's a one and done. Undercity, walk around the lakes, visit the pleasure houses, can't visit the alchemist, bathhouse. Borrow money or leave. Sell the... Oh, this is where we can sell contraband. Uh-oh. Ask a group of wraiths hanging around the lakes about the area. Approach a small band of wraiths, and one of them moves forward, a smug smile revealing jagged teeth beneath a pale white visage. When you inquire about the area, the group laughs, and the leader makes a not-so-subtle reference to the notion that some coin might help them divulge what they know. 7 changers, 1 for each of us. Fair deal, don't you think? Sure. The wraiths speak at length about the area. Bloviating, don't see that word very often. Bloviating about themselves and their influence in the process. As you continue to listen and ask questions, however, it becomes clear that various violent gangs are running the Undercity at large, and one organization in particular seems to become front and center, the Loaders Guild. Bidding the wraiths to elaborate further on the organization, you learn a great deal over the course of the next quarter of an hour, with the wraiths visibly animated as they chitter on about the Loaders. Eventually it becomes clear that there is little more to learn, and so you bid the ghastly creatures farewell. Alright, I guess leaving the lakes is what we're going to do. Alright, I think that's enough for now. So, let's go here. We got 5 insight. I still can't raise authority. Why can I not raise authority? Oh, I got to go to perks. And I still can't raise authority from here? Alright, I'm confused. I didn't think it cost 5 to raise authority. Does the cost change the higher it gets? Hmm. Well... Oh, perk levels gained from companions, their gear, and related status effects. Oh yeah, it does add up. Total level 6. Well, I wish it would show me the number that I need. We'll wait a little longer. So we've done the exploration stuff. We've got a little cash. We've got a bloated comitatus. 4 days of travel at our current supply. We're in the place where supplies are cheap. So let's go ahead and get that done. That gets us... Ooh, that didn't get us much. We're still at 4 days. Damn. That consumption number is a beast. 152. First up, faction offers. Just the easy stuff. Devon, Acarus, don't know. Arcane, Lumen, Devon, Arcane. Definitely another Arcane run. 4 Arcane. And quite a few Lumen. But let's do the easy Arcane run. So if we take off with just the 4 days and hope we can scavenge, that is a lot of spots. That's 12 slots? Wonder, since I know I'm going to be moving on to Lumen, or planning to move to Lumen after, 14 days is enough to get to Arcane and over to Lumen. But I'm down to 4 slots, and I would love to be able to fill in some supplies as we travel if we get lucky. So I think I might take 1 Lumen trip. We'll keep focusing on House Okwo. Nope, I can't take it anyway. Why can I not take it? Oh, reached exceeded maximum active task with House Okwo. So I'm limited to how many tasks I can do for a particular house. That's why it's shading things out. Alright. Well, we could do a run for the... whatever that is. Sithnis Covenant. Damn, that's a weird word. Sithichness. The Sithichness Covenant. Or the church. This one pays a lot more. Who the hell are you guys? I don't know. I'm torn. That commits me to Lumen. And I think we might have a rough time with our larger comitatus without really stacking up supplies. What's Zombie Dog's opinion? We got supplies for Zombie Dog. What do you think? Anybody got opinions? I'm torn. I worry if I commit to Lumen with this larger caravan size that we're going to have a problem with supplies. And I don't know. Let me check the marble to Lumen pricing. So we'd be doing Arcane, where we would be buying marble 4.4, and then we'd be selling at Lumen 6.7, and that's stack prices. So it's not terrible. We make more for the marble here, but it's enough that we would have some profit for the trip. Yeah, what the hell? Let's commit to it. So these crazy guys named the Sithishness Covenant. Not Crimson Gate. We want the Lumen one. Take. That leaves me 2 slots to fill in with supplies, hopefully, as we travel. Alright, so we made it complicated. Oh, damn it. I gotta stop hitting that button. I keep hitting that thinking I'm backing out of a screen, but it's leaving the city. So we're done there. Let's check. Oh, well, now we know where the alchemist shop is. Earlier we couldn't get to it, but a rumor's now given us the location. Near Spider Street. Reputed for not asking questions. Alright, so we got the alchemist unlocked. Trade news, check passengers. Nobody going where we're going. Done the rumors. Do we size up even further? We're only partially defended again. Because of the lawyer and his assistants have bumped our number up. So I need at least 1 more fighter? Yeah. So we gotta have that in order to be fully defended. Scouts for 5 each, 8 of them available, huh? Let's do that. We'll hold it at 25. So we're still okay on workforce. We got 3 available. Consumption goes up again, of course. Upkeep goes up for the cash we have to pay out to everybody. And now we're partially defended again. Damn it! Stop it! Yeah. We're at 317. 3 more cargo and we get another slot unlocked, actually. Unfortunately, that means 2 and 1. Or I mean 1 and 1 to get that 3 cargo points. So 320, if we go check our cargo, we now have 3 slots instead of 2. So it's every 20 cargo space opens a slot. So I just evened out the number. We were close. And of course, that requires another fighter, which is more payout and more consumption. We're gonna die in the desert. Oh, it's gonna be horrifying. Alright, done with crew, not buying beasts, done with rumors and passengers. I am not going to take... Ideally, we would take, what was it, mushroom beer? Mushroom beer or pottery, I think, would be what we would take. Torzag to Arcane. Torzag to Arcane, yeah, that's what I want. Almost doubling the price on the mushroom beer. Yeah, let's take 1 stack of mushroom beer. Alright, I think we're done. No more story stuff. We are all set here. Can't do anything interesting with the companions currently. Can't assign another deputy because I can't get that authority purchased. Let's rest at the Mancio for the night and then take off in the morning. Our stats are 9988, so nutrition and vigor. We can get nutrition and vigor with this middle option, so we don't need to go to the expansive one and get our morale back. Okay, we are good to go. 9999. Oh, I need to buy some more food before we leave. Holy crap, look at that food disappear. Whew. Okay, another trip back to Arcane. Let's take a different route. Let's go along the road to here and then go off-road to the northeast. Maybe we'll spot some. I guess we could go right through this and see what the encounter was in this area. Yeah, screw it. Let's do that. 6 to there. 7 to there. I wouldn't be able to hunt. I guess we'll just go to there and then we'll check the route after that. We're full up, so 4 days with 3 stacks of food scares the hell out of me. Okay, no hunting on the road. Oh, actually it's letting me hunt on the road. Are we not on the road? Did I make it 1 space off the road? Oh, I did. Yeah, we're not on the road. Never mind. So, hunting, only a 46%. Oh, only a 3% crit fail. That's fine. 5% crit fail, but a 55% success is actually pretty good also. So we'll let them do their thing. We'll stay on 100% nutrition. We'll drop 1 nutrition level. We'll stay on full guard and keep paying everybody. Keep them happy. Double pay? Ooh. Double pay for morale boost. Alright, I'll have to remember that. So far, that crowded thing hasn't hit us too often. We've been able to maintain a morale pretty often. Okay, end day. What do we got? Success! Alright, 550. Nice. 2 successes. And we were able to carry it all. That bumps us up to 6 days. Let's go here and just stop. Oh, look at that. Okay, the sky is overcast as you arrive at a clearing within the stone forest occupied by a congregation of mounds from which dull, monotonous chanting and the somber pounding of the drums can be heard. Dark, lean poles carved out of the bones of some large animal rise from the top of the hills, and you see tribal banners flail in the wind. Approaching a bit further, you glimpse a small group of orcs gathered around a hillock with a hole dug in its side. In their midst, a prone figure lies on a stretcher surrounded by diverse ornaments, jugs, and weapons. You realize you have come upon a funeral. But something seems wrong. If you're not mistaken, the mourners are clearly arguing about something. It looks like the majority of the group is in disagreement with a single young-looking orc, whom, based on his attire, you recognize to be a shaman. The rituals of orcs are none of your concern. You leave, stay where you are, and observe the events. Get closer to find what this is about. Get closer. Curiously enough, the orcs argue in the common language, so you understand what they are saying. The young shaman is up against a whole group of mean-looking, angry orcs. He tries to placate them in a calm yet determined manner. But understand, Srenmok, this isn't the right way. I only want the best for Broadmarn, he says. It's the old way, Wargurn, the leader of the mourners replies. The proper way. Broadmarn must be laid to rest as he lived in order to receive his due reward in the afterlife, amidst a haze of blood and swirling weapons. The Snakehead Warband won't stand for anything else. That won't help at all. In fact, I believe he's already damned, and even my ritual would give him but a small chance to find peace. So, now we're getting into some choices. Very low, very low. Observe passively. Religious squabbles, just leave. Some of those trinkets you are about to bury with the dead look rather precious. Order the comitatus to move a bit further away, then gather a few of your companions to wait till nightfall to have a look. Join the argument, join the argument. Well, I'm just going to observe passively. After some time, the argument seems settled. The group has clearly outvoted the young shaman. Whatever this was about, he stops protesting, clearly being unhappy about the whole matter. Some kind of ritual begins, which involves a lot of warlike chanting, the shaking of weapons, and ferocious drumming. Culmination is quite graphic and shocking. The group proceeds to hack the deceased into pieces before putting his remains inside the mound and then sealing the entrance with a heavy stone. All the while, the shaman stands by with a disapproving expression. With the funeral coming to a close, the mourners slowly depart until only the shaman remains. He starts fidgeting around the fresh grave, rearranging ornaments and lighting a few tiny bonfires. You'd guess he not only conducts burials, but is also some kind of caretaker of the cemetery. Leave, gather a few and approach. Some of those trinkets, yeah, that one again. I'm worried about the consequences here. At least one companion who are not severely wounded or mortally wounded. Okay. I don't think it'll let me save in the middle of this. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, let's approach. See what's up. Whoa! Well, no, I don't want to. Oh, I got to pick? This isn't a fight, right? I don't want to be a fight. Holy crap. All right, I'm not reading through all that. Feel free to read along silently. Okay. Well, we're down to leaving or coming back and trying to steal stuff. Yeah, I'm not ready to do that kind of stuff yet, so we're just going to choose to go ahead and leave. Okay, we learned some things. Let's go. Ooh. It's only going to leave me 1 point if we go there. 7 points left. Ouch. Don't like those odds. We'll stay at 100. Keep paying and keep the high guard. Okay. Still maintaining a good pile. Let's go there. I can't get any 7s. The 7s are all these side, or the 4s are all these side paths, which is not the direction I'm going. All right, that's fine. Nice numbers there. 51% on a 5% crit fail for pretty good numbers. We'll go ahead and let both of them go, although, well, that's fine. If we have to drop some, we have to drop some. Let's go ahead and go back up to 150. Get our well-fed, our nutrition back up again. Another 5 on the hunting. And we'll take this kind of northern arc in. Nope. Too dangerous. $928. Seems like you only get these extra items when you get the crit success. And we're leaving a lot of supplies behind on this one. What a shame. All right. Uh-oh. That's the lawyer and his assistants departing and paying me my money. -1 morale. Crowded camps. Triggered again. Okay, so... still have our supply run to Lumen. Hopefully we can pick up some more Lumen. Available runs. Devon of Vermin. There's Lumen for House Oakwoe. That's great. Lumen for Loaders Guild. And that's it. 3's good though. 3's a good number. Okay, so we got 3 to Lumen. We're gonna take Marble again, of course, just like their traders are doing. So and we'll do 2 stacks of our own. That's right. We now get this kind of stuff. How did this work again? They talked to me about it. So it's locked. It's always, I think, a stack. Five and 5. 4 and 5. I don't get this. Oh, it's spend a point with them to get an even lower price. So there's 2 available. I could do a cheaper price. I already purchased. I don't want to mess with that. I got to remember to check this now that we're starting to get some reputation with the factions. It's going to be important to keep an eye on that. All right, so we'll leave that alone. I need to leave 2 slots so we can get more supplies. Hopefully, going to Lumen, if we can arrive with a big package of supplies, we might be able to sell a stack or 2 at a good price, because supplies are expensive over there. I just got to make sure I keep preferably 3 full stacks so that we can make the trip back and suffer a few bad die rolls on our scavenging, possibly. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to change the crew out. We're so far being able to maintain and keep the cargo spaces full. So not going to change there. A license for salt. While Imperials mine their salt using slave labor at the Algoros work camp, merchants seem to know that the, Sithichness Covenant sells salt mining license in Salem to anyone who can afford it. Sure, it might be poisonous and backbreaking work, but there's a profit to be had for a well-equipped workforce. All right. Salt mining licenses, huh? Nobody going the direction we're going, so we're done there. Exchange local news. Done with the faction stuff for the moment. I think we're ready. 6 out of 9. Yeah, we can take off today. So we could go straight through. I haven't tried that yet. I don't like the looks of that. It's hard to see the numbers in here. It looks like that's like a 2, 2, 3, 3. I don't know if there's encounters in here or if it's more dangerous. Let's give it a try. Yeah, we'll just stop just outside the city. Really good numbers there. 46 with a 5. I'll take that risk. And let's go. Do we maintain 150%? We're pretty stacked. Yeah, let's go ahead and leave it that way for a day. You would think 150% we'd be gaining nutrition. 7 to there is a good number. %200 gets us to well nourished. Let's just maintain. Yeah, it's 100% gets lowers by 1, so we'll just maintain at 150, I guess. So much consumption. Still getting pretty good numbers. Let's give them a break. 500 gained. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. We haven't seen very many random encounters, random events, so I don't know if we're lucky or or what. I was expecting a little bit more kind of random stuff happening to us while we traveled. Maintain, maintain, maintain. Looks good. 700 more. Gotta leave some. Gotta leave 20 behind. That's a terrible problem to have. 7. I like the number 7. Gives us that 2 points left over so we can scout or scavenge without paying vigor. Okay. That's pretty good numbers. Failed at 45, failed at 46, but got a few. So we're not far off. 6 to there, and then 2, 4, 8 to there. Ouch. We're 9 days of supplies currently. I don't have much space to scavenge anything. Let's go ahead and try to push it. Can we get there on the other route? No. I guess that'll do. Uh-oh. You know that whole open mouth insert foot thing? This... It says fight, odds high success, but it says large Jakra horde. We're at... I hope we're on the left at 294 strength. Well, I went and set it, and the game said, oh, you want an encounter, do you? So in crew combat encounters, your whole comitatus fights the enemy, either protect themselves or when you happen upon another group who you decide to pick a fight with. You can see the combat strength and defense of your crew and the enemy. These describe your crew's ability to perform attacks and defend themselves, respectively. Purple icons indicate magical attacks and defense. The side that initiate the combat encounter is the attacker, indicated by a fist. So they're the attacker. They have the fist icon. 161 combat, 57 defense versus my 294 and 28. All right. Click on fight, flee, sack, and move on. Moving on is only an option if your Comitatus is not the defender, so we can't move on because we are not the defender. Sack is not available yet, and flee cannot be used during events. I want to see this info behind this thing. All right. Oh, I see. Tutorial plus, tutorial minus. Okay, so... You know, I guess those are the bad things. Fight, odds, high chance of success. Lure away, odds, high chance of success. No special things, apparently. Before I hit a button here, I need to take a quick break. Let me do that, and we'll come back and get this thing finished up. Be right back.